Mr. Mchunu, I'm really struggling to understand what all this fuss is about. None of this information is new. I put this to General Masemola as well. None of this is new. We've all known about corruption in the police for years, 10 years, more, 14, 15 years. We know the police are corrupt, largely. We know they're very good policemen who go to work every day and do their very best. And we're very grateful for them. But we know that there's rife corruption in the police. Everyone knows. So this is nothing new. And the things mentioned by General Makhonazi at his press conference, while they're deeply concerning, are also nothing new. He packaged them in one afternoon, but they're nothing new. We've known all of that information has been around for ages. So what is this fuss about? Why the press conference? Why all of this? Can you tell me?
That's, thank you very much. That's exactly one of the intriguing questions that we have to grapple with, both internally in SAPS, but also in Parliament in general, in the whole public. That there are things that are refusing or resisting to change. For instance, there is a perception out there, I don't want to lie, that SAPS is corrupt, or there is corruption in SAPS. That is persisting. There's corruption in SAPS. The perception that says crime is not under control. And I've always said, yes, crime may not be under control or is not under control, neither is it out of control. But there's a concern there, running general. And I did, in my interactions with police, say the character of crime in the country is also featuring certain specific geographical areas in each province, known people or groupings of people, as an ongoing characterization of criminality in South Africa. And that I'm worried about that, and I don't think that we can't overcome that. But I would say it in response directly. On the side of crime and corruption, maybe pointed at, but within SAPS, let us wait until this ad hoc committee finishes its work or completes its work, until Madanga also completes their work, to have a full spectrum or a fuller spectrum of the extent of what we see now in reality. And I believe that we'll see a particular extent, and we'll then be able to say, let's then apply our mind to say, what do we do with all of this in terms of extent and depth? But it's a concern. It's concerning. There's hardly a day you hear there's hardly a day that passes without you hearing of this corruption or not corruption, that omission or not, and so on. So if you are sharing a concern with me, I'm saying that I share that concern. And at some point, maybe this time around, we need to bring or minimize these concerns substantially. Otherwise, it can't be a permanent perception and a permanent feature that people have these problems and concerns around South African Police Service.
Thank you, Minister. Well, you see, that's part of the problem. Part of what I'm asking you is really, why now? We've known about this for more than 10 years. I've known about it, you've known about it, everybody in this room has known about it. And the only people who don't know about it are people who clearly live under a rock. And so it can't be the job of South Africans, can't be the job of this committee, it can't be the job of the Madlanga Commission to tell you, and in fairness, you're a new appointment, but you, the Minister, you must take the heat, to tell you and the senior management of the South African Police how to deal with crime or what the problems are. Why don't you know it? Why does your management not know it? Why is there no discipline in the South African Police Service? Why is crime intelligence such an inordinate, absolute mess? And why hasn't it been fixed? We wouldn't be here if this had been addressed when it should have been addressed. And why hasn't it been? That's really my question.
Well, I believe that everything has its own time. Maybe we must agree as a country that it is time we all set about correcting the wrongs. Because the problem with asking an open question like that is that not only are we adults here, but we are leadership of the country or part of leadership of the country. If people get to know that we are asking what they are asking, they will lose confidence in us, and we shouldn't make it easy, and we should make it possible for people to lose confidence in us. This is Parliament, and there are other institutions. We may seemingly look like we are fighting here because there are questions and answers. But I want to believe that above it all, in the upper part of our brains, all of us here, we're concerned about our country. We want these wrongs to be corrected in a manner that is correct, so that at the end of the day, we have South African police that all of us are proud of. All of us are proud of, and I believe that it is possible. It can be done. We just need inner resolve. We need to do things differently, and I believe that part of what I tried to do up until getting to leave, we were trying to grapple with some of the root causes and the root problems in SAPS instead of just accepting what is there. We set ourselves a target to say, let's change this. This is changeable. For instance, even though, crimes like are being perpetuated in the 4 provinces are in part a reflection of the problems that the country is undergoing via suppressed economic growth or slow economic growth, and therefore people turning this and that. But the majority of the people in South Africa are law-abiding. They are good people, even as unemployed as that.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Minister. They're also living under a rock.
You can proceed. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. And if you are comfortable with it,
I'm very comfortable. Everybody in the whole world knows I'm not from Al-Jamar, nor will I ever be. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Minister. I have limited time. And so I don't want to enter into a discussion with you. Maybe at another time it would be interesting, but today I want you to answer my questions, please. And I want you to do so concisely.
Okay.
So please listen to the question and answer the question, and only the question. We can have a discussion at another time. I'd be very happy to do that.
Okay.
So I want to know from you why the South African police is in the state it's in. No discipline, no authority, generally speaking. I'm not disputing that there are policemen who do their job. There are. I'm not disputing that the majority of policemen are quite likely good, honest people who go to work every day and do their best. But generally speaking, there's a serious problem with corruption in the police. There's a serious problem with a lack of discipline. There's a serious problem with lack of authority, and crime intelligence can only be described as an unmitigated mess. And I want to know why this hasn't been addressed in the last decade and a bit. I don't want to know about how we all feel. I think we all know how we all feel. And I just want to tell you that if you think most South Africans have got confidence in the South African Police Service, you're wrong. And if you think most South Africans think crime is under control, you're wrong.
Well, I don't have a straight answer why it has been like this for the number of years that you're talking about. What I know and what I'm determined to do is to play my role in what I share in part or wholly with you, that there are concerning matters within SAPS and they need to be addressed, and they need to be addressed soonest without any delay. That I regard as my answer, and that it requires a lot of determination to do that.
What have you done since your appointment to do it?
Pardon?
What have you done since your appointment to achieve that?
Now, the first thing, or part of what we have done, is to insist that this is an organization, and it has the trust among the people in terms of its responsibility, whether it is performed or not. But people look at it as a solution to a lot of their problems on crime. And two of the things that I believe stand out in what we've done, we felt that SAPS require a kind of a workshop that we held so that we can look at some of the conditions of work, because if people are frustrated, if people are not answered, are not responded to on this and that, they won't be happy and they won't perform. We did that. And my impression was that people recognize that, and they are prepared to pick up right from the systems at police stations to other things that would make them enjoy their work while they are at work, in all manner of things. We then called the summit to endorse that, and we've begun to implement that since we got appointed. We have gone to districts with an insistence that a police station must be regarded as something very important. And we were on our way to doing so, because my sense was that we don't have a high regard in terms of the value of a police station, other than just generalizing.
You're starting to have a discussion again. Please stick to the question.
Pardon?
You're starting to have a discussion again. Please stick to the question. And
Yes.
when you refer to we, are you referring to yourself? Are you using the royal we? Or
Yes.
is it just you?
Yes, I'm referring to us as ministry and top management.
I see. Okay.
So those are some of the things that we've started doing and emphasizing. That let's do the work, let's make sure that all the units are able to do their work, and then we restructure. We're in the process of restructure. I was quite happy with the outcome of our engagement. Like I said, the creation of a new division, like I said, the implementation of the new structure was promising to me, because those were practical things that you realize, if implemented, would be able to deal with some of the problems that we have. Because at the center of everything is when people feel safer and safer, instead of them feeling more and more vulnerable, which I believe was the trend that we needed to cut.